Forget what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Yes, you did.
No, it depends on your definition of sexual relation.
Depends on what the meaning of the word is.
No, it was really what the definition of sex was, because sex, he was saying, was, intercourse, and what he claims, was not intercourse, so it wasn't sex.
Did you see what Miley Cyrus did?
I follow her religiously.
So you did see it then?
No, I have no idea.
Could you comment on it?
Who is Miley Cyrus? I just don't know.
Well, I think you know who she is.
I do.
Okay. No, what she
I
did.
lust in my heart for. Yes.
And I'm not. I have to figure out how to say this. At a concert, she had somebody come out in a Clinton mask, and then she played the part of Lewinsky.
She rendered services?
She did. Yeah. I don't know if she actually did. If she did, her ticket sales and prices probably are skyrocketing.
I doubt she really did.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't know, though. I mean, the guy really looked like Bill Clinton.
Oh, come on.
If he was made of rubber.
Hey, Hillary, look what I'm doing here. I'm up on stage again.
Bill, stop it. Bill, I'm trying to run for president.
Like this, yeah. Get rid of your mustache and I might come home at night.
What difference does it make?
It makes a lot of difference to me, Hillary. I took 2 Viagra.
Bill.
Wow. Where's the show going to?
Bill, stop it. Bill. This is your wife, Hillary.
That's
Bill.
Hillary. Wow.
Get over That's actually more like...
get over here.
What's her? Janet...
Reno? Napoleano?
Yeah, Napoleano. That's it. That's what I'm thinking of, though. That's more like her.
Wow. All right. Well, today is Thursday.
Oh, those people make me angry and laugh at the same time.
It is,
all right, it is Thursday, 8 p.m. We're live Thursdays at 8 p.m.
It's the 20th of February, 2012, and we are in the back room of the... Hang on. Halt! Halt! It's not working. Halt!
Now, that was completely acceptable because...
Don't move!
You yelled halt 3 times. There was a long delay, and apparently the suspect didn't drop the gun.
Halt, don't move, bar and studio.
I don't think that went at all.
Not like rehearsal. Not like rehearsal. In what country, Nathan?
The Ukraine.
Oh, man, we're dodging bullets all the time. There. Jeez.
Oh, there's nothing funny about the Ukraine, and the reason there's nothing funny about the Ukraine...
No,
listen, what's not funny is they're going to end up being under the rule of the European Union, which is worse than what they have today. The first day of truce being the bloodiest day of this whole conflict that they're having in the Ukraine. And are you
really serious about that?
They're going to end up... About what? About being in the European Union being terrible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Well,
what can go wrong by consolidating Europe under one economy?
Yeah, I mean, socialism works.
It'll be the United States of Europe.
Of Europe, or United Socialist Soviet
We have the
Republic
United States
something.
of America.
Yeah.
There's the United States of Mexico.
You're right.
No, there really is. That's what they are.
Right. No, I agree with you. What we should do is take all of North America and just turn it into one big thing.
Well,
and we can the
value of our dollar will go up if we do that.
Well, it will until you realize that we're still going to have central banking and a centralized currency.
Central baking? I want some bagels and...
Yes.
What? Oh, banking or baking?
No. Name the last baked good that you got that didn't come from the federal government.
Quality Dairy Long John with a cream filling.
You know nothing about Quality Dairy, do you? Do you know who runs it?
No.
Okay, it's one of Obama's cousins.
You
Michelle's
are kidding
cousins.
me. Ooh.
Close ties to the White House.
What about Krispy Kremes?
No, they're good. Krispy
Okay.
Kreme's good.
Yeah,
No, it's all American.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Anyways, how you been?
I've been all right.
Yeah. You got a big day coming up.
No, I don't. That was something that I wasn't. No.
I'm not going to talk about
Friday.
it. I'm just going to.
Friday is a big day.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
we're one day past hump day. Hey, Mike. You know what? Mike. You know what day it is? Mike. It's not. It's Thursday. And for all of you that aren't listening right now or are watching The Big Bang Theory,
tell us how it is.
yeah, we can't
Call
compete
us
with
up.
that.
We're live, 248-455-ODDS, 248-455-6337. Give us a call. Tell us how Big Bang Theory is going.
What's the number again?
248-455-ODDS, ODDS. It's a pretty easy one.
ADDHH.
Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/@oddshow. I have that open too.
You have a job. I have a job. Some
Send us
people
a
don't have
fax.
jobs.
You want to send us a fax?
No, we don't. We're not in the 19th century or the 20th century. We're in the 21st century. We take U.S. mail. Now, you can send us a letter sealed with a kiss. You have a job. I have a job.
I do.
Wasn't there some health
I don't.
industry group saying, that there'll be massive job losses if Obamacare goes through, or if wait a minute, it's already through.
Well, all of them. I mean, every credible economist said that Obamacare would cost jobs.
But I hear the Democrats say that's okay because we are willing to accept all of those job losses because some people will rise above the poverty level, and that's the greater good.
Well, yeah, more people or less people
because
making
the
more
Democrats
money.
don't really care about the individual as much as the collective.
No, less people making
there's key words
more
there,
money
collective.
is better than everybody
Making
working
a little bit
and,
less.
and living great.
What
is what they think? Now,
what? I didn't get that.
I know you didn't, but the listeners did. And now I don't know what I was saying, so go ahead.
No, I don't.
Ramble on.
I've got nothing.
Go ahead.
You were talking about everybody
Well, no, look,
making
the big
more
thing
money.
that- we've
less
talked
money.
about this before. The big thing to the Democrats and to the liberals about Obamacare is that it frees you from the slave labor of work.
to pursue
Because
your
you
dreams.
shouldn't be locked into a job for health care. You shouldn't be obligated to pay for your own health care
to do
and
a crappy job
And
where you
work.
get health care benefits
Yeah, these
that
evil,
you don't like.
These evil corporations that
Yeah,
are giving
it's
you
crap.
subsidized health care, health insurance, you shouldn't have to work for them. It's just not fair. You should be able to go draw pictures if you want and not have to worry about money. Because it's not about money, because this country is so unjust to make people pay for their own way.
It's like this. I go every day to a job where I make $30 an hour, and I hate it. I get health care and dental and optical. I have a pension. I just don't like it. I want to be an artist and draw pictures of porcupines. That is my passion. But this damn job where I'm making $65,000 a year plus all these benefits are holding me back. And I can't quit my job because of my health care. With Obamacare, now what I can do is I can quit my job because I'm guaranteed health care at thousands of dollars a year with thousands of dollars in deductible, and I can sit on the corner and draw porcupines all day where I can't sell a damn one because I didn't realize that nobody really likes porcupines because they're prickly.
Oh, and that you're terrible at
And
drawing.
I can't draw them because it's basically a circle with little lines going out of it and a cute little nose. The nose is perfect, but that's about it.
Unfortunately, I took advantage of the pre-order option and ordered it before they were even in production. I didn't know what they looked like. That's why I have this damn circle with lines hanging on my wall.
But it will be worth at least $6 in 1,000 years from now.
That's true. That's true.
So it's ridiculous logic. It doesn't make sense.
No. Because
if you've got health care benefits and you're in a job that you don't like, well, guess what? Welcome to America.
Who's going to pay for the health care if all of these people quit? I like my job.
wait a minute.
But if I was able to
we
do
all pay for it now.
anything at all that I wanted to do,
well, we know what that would be.
right, and I might do that, who's going to pay for my health
it's
insurance?
sketchy legally. I don't know.
Well, if we keep getting liberals elected,
If
it
you-
won't be anymore.
If you film it, it's legal. If you don't film it, it's
Yeah,
not
that's-
legal. So
Yeah, yep.
Go ahead.
That's ridiculous. It seems that some of our listeners actually still have fax machines that they use.
we don't have listeners.
They're
that have
trying
fax
to send us
machines.
faxes right now,
We
so
have
I
none.
apologize for the confusion. We don't have a fax
Our
machine.
fax number is 555-555-55555. Is that?
No, that was right.
I have that wrong. Okay, good.
Nope, that was it.
So it's 555-555-555.
Yep.
And we'll be sure to get that.
Why don't you go pick that up?
Racism is strong in America, mostly by
By the great
minorities.
unifier. The minority president, who also is half not minority, who thinks that we owe it to minorities to take care of them because...
When,
Oh, go ahead.
when
No,
I go to
ahead.
Dairy
Just-
Queen and I get a half and half, chocolate and vanilla, I don't know what to call it. Do I call it a chocolate ice cream or do I call it a vanilla ice cream? I don't know. What is the proper term?
I'm...
Obama?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nate.
No, I can't now because... Okay.
Because that was brilliant?
No, that not so much brilliant as there was a high probability of getting me in trouble on that one. Is what the real issue is.
Knocking down the door right now? I don't know.
Yeah, it's DHS.
No, I
They're
mean,
cool
that's
guys.
really the
no, but
the
it's
point.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get. And
Yeah.
It's called a twist, by the way. Is what you call it. Okay.
Chubby checkers?
I,
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Your band plays that, doesn't it?
no,
I'm sure it does.
no.
Why wouldn't it?
Why would it?
Every good band plays the twist.
Right.
Oh. You got me there.
Okay, no. So I think where you were going was this thing that I mentioned to you before the show. Obama announced this plan because he's all for equality. He announced this plan, and I think he's calling it something like My Brother's Keeper. And what it's doing is getting organizations together to help blacks and Hispanics who want to create jobs or whatever they want to do. They want to make money. They can make up to $35 an hour on this whole program thing. That's his goal.
I'm not
Don't
familiar
worry
with,
about the white guys. That
I don't
are
know what the
poor.
program is. Explain that. I don't know
That's
what you're
what
talking
I
about.
don't know the details of the plan. It doesn't matter. My point is, time after time, do some research. It's been there for 3 days. Time after time, we have these programs
I don't look at the press
aimed
page.
at minorities. Don't worry about
To
the white
help
people
them.
because we don't have any poor white people in this country that could use some help.
That's like the
Just forget about
the
them.
Congressional Black Caucus. Because I was trying to go to the meeting where the Asian
The-
caucus was.
Or the white caucus.
the White Caucus or the Hispanic Caucus. I looked on the White House, not the White House, the government, usgovernment.com webpage for a contact for those
Well,
caucuses.
their meetings are in Central Time.
There are no caucuses there.
Their meetings are in the Central Time Zone. That's
Or is it a cock's eye? What's caucus?
caucus.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
This country will never get anywhere when you have something called a black congressional caucus.
Well,
Really,
I
you
don't-
won't.
I don't know.
I mean, you can't move forward. You can't become a colorblind country when you have something that exists that's called the Black Caucus or the NCCCAAPPP.
well, the NAACP, when they were founded by Republicans, I believe,
I think so.
possibly white ones.
Well, he had
You know,
a black
he
ancestor.
was- well, okay,
He was-
whatever. But
if you look at photographs, he's a white guy.
yeah, you get the point. They were founded with a just cause, good things in mind, and they actually did good. And then it turned into like everything else to the Al Sharpton, the Jesse Jackson race baiting. We make our money and grow our membership on racism. If racism doesn't exist, we don't exist. And so we just need to pit one side against the other.
How long would the National Association of White People's organization exist in this country?
Not very long.
No. They would be burning
Now, here's
What
the
out
thing.
in front?
Go ask somebody like Jesse Jackson about that,
a
and he'll say,
Mercedes-Benz
well, it
symbol?
does exist. It's called the KKK.
Oh, come on.
I mean, that's the thought, right? Because if you want to be proud that you're white and you want to start an organization
Right.
for white people, that's racism.
I know. But start an organization for blacks or Hispanics or Asians, and you're applauded as, grasping your roots.
And that's another point that I wanted to mention last week. This college football player, real quick here, we have to go to a break, that came out as gay. He's being drafted probably into the NFL.
Was he a white guy or a black guy? I don't know.
That doesn't matter, but he's gay.
No, it doesn't matter that he's gay either. So
Well, but Michelle Obama says how strong and how brave he is for, I don't know why he's brave, but for saying he's gay, apparently.
Well, the situation there was he was like 400th draft pick, so he was hoping to get some buzz on the media.
But why
help his prospect?
Why would that
drafted.
create buzz? How about you're a football player? You're either a good football player or you're not a good football player.
Imagine that.
That's it.
No, we can't have that.
That's it.
You cannot be judged on what your talents are.
Like the content of your character,
right?
Rather
the content
than the color
of
your skin,
exactly,
or who's in your bed with you.
You cannot do that because. Wait a minute. I'm really confused now.
Yeah, why can't you do that? I don't know. We're going to take a quick break. 248-455-ODDS, Facebook.com/@ODDShow. We'll be right back.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you frustrated with your current job, not making the type of money that you know you are worth? Is it time for a change? Start earning money working from home with Autopilot Marketing. Go to income28.com now. That's income, the number 28.com. Take our free video tour today and start earning money as early as next week. Go to income28.com. That's income, the number 28.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
Brian. And may you be in heaven a half an hour before the devil knows you're dead.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
I shoot for 35 minutes.
I'd like to be an hour.
It's good to be.
I think the long hand of the Lord can go up there and grab me and pull me back down.
You mean the devil?
Yeah, the Lord.
Oh, the underlord.
I'm a Satanist. I thought you knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What? Go ahead.
Yeah. Do the labels change?
No, the most interesting people are in hell. You know that.
Well, I don't know that, actually. I've never been there. You've told me every time you come over, I just got back.
Well, that's from work.
Yeah.
It's hell
right,
there.
well,
I hate it.
I've heard about those people at your work.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm joking.
No, it's true.
No,
I
haven't heard anything.
No, you haven't heard anything from them, but they're horrible.
They sound like great people.
You know what we have in our office now? We have
also. You know what I really like is science, and you know what I am damn good at?
Science.
Science. All right, go ahead.
You're an engineer. You're not a scientist.
Right.
You're like the
I
little...
kicked the rock on my way in today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Did it squeal?
It didn't. No, it turns out they don't do anything.
No, they just lie there.
All right, go ahead.
I've talked to rocks for hours on end, and they never say anything. You're a pretty rock.
Yep. Okay, go.
So I drop them on my foot, and it hurts. We have monitors in our office, though.
Okay.
Because they help us, and they help the minorities. And they work for the freaking FCC as
the FFCC,
as the what's his name, Peter Griffin from Family Guy would say, the freaking FCC. They had an episode once. Anyways,
is that the one where they became the Nielsen family?
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
No, I think it was because he had his own TV and he had like the plastic or the cardboard box up in his face, and he was being like a TV.
Oh,
They were censoring everything, and they had a black bar. He came out of the shower, and they... Anyways, the freaking FCC monitors apparently in newsrooms for the greater good.
Yeah, so here's the thing. This actually came out last year, April or May timeline, where the FCC announced this program. They're calling it the Multi-Market Study of Critical Information Needs. Critical information needs.
Well,
that's
that
critical
like,
to the story.
Like 1984 right there.
It is 1984. George Orwell wrote about this, I'm pretty sure. He created the program for them, but it was fiction when he did it.
Well,
you might remember this back when you were in your 30s or so. 1949. I think, who was president then? Truman, I think, around that time.
49?
Yeah, you were 32.
Yeah,
I think
that would be Truman, right?
Yeah. The Fairness Doctrine. I don't know if you remember this. And it actually...
The buck stops here.
It was actually enforced all the way up through 87, I think. Reagan, right? What that was saying that you have to spend, if you're media, you have to spend equal time on both sides of the issue. Well, that's...
The buck stops here. The buck stops at the president's desk when he's president of the United States. I have today...
Okay, that's weird because that's the opposite of what Obama thinks. He's like, hey, the buck...
It's somebody else's buck.
You didn't build this or that or anything.
I have no bucks.
All right, so this multi-market study of critical information needs. It's been around for a year. Nobody has talked about it, including us, so I'm throwing us in this. But I'm listening to all the media today talking about, why haven't you heard about this in the media? And I'm like, well, you're the media. Why haven't you told us about it? So it's weird.
We know why.
Including us. I know exactly why. What the plan here is to have these really nice FCC gentlemen in suits go into local newsrooms, your local news, and find out what stories they cover, why they cover those stories, how they pick those stories.
You mean like in Bum, Iowa?
Yeah, everywhere.
Okay.
And make sure that the underserved, the minorities, the people in poverty
are represented,
are getting all of the information about things like the environment that they need to know, and that local newsrooms are supplying them their critical information needs.
You got it.
So they have a set of 8 critical information needs: emergencies, health, education, transportation, economic opportunities, environment, civics, and politics. And the FCC has a duty to make sure that the industries it regulates, which, by the way, is not newspapers, but newspapers are part of this study. The FCC does not regulate newspapers.
They don't regulate print.
Right. So how
it's over the air.
So how are newspapers getting involved in this? The FCC has a duty to make
internet?
sure that the industries it regulates serve the needs of the American public, no matter where they live or what financial resources they have.
What does that mean? Break it down for me. I have no idea what their
what
goals are.
What it means is the federal government wants to control what local news agencies are putting out to their people. They want to make sure that both sides of the political spectrum are covered, which means whatever side the FCC is on, which means whatever side Obama's on at this point.
Or the political party in power at the time.
Right. So this started in 2013, which was Obama.
Huh.
Okay. That was last year. That's when this was announced.
When was Obama elected?
2008. When's he going to be done? I don't know. I'm thinking 2050. We'll finally get him out of there, maybe.
He dies of old age.
Yeah, I'm thinking. And then his son, Trayvon, will take over.
Wow.
Well,
too soon. Go ahead. FCC, freaking FCC.
Yeah, no, this is the start of taking over the media. I mean, they've already been starting, and they're already in bed with these people. But it starts with local newsrooms because it's easy to get in there. It's easy to intimidate them. Now, this is a voluntary program.
I'm a fear to the government.
It's voluntary. The news organizations can say, no, we don't want to take your long survey and tell you what the demographic makeup of our staff is. Okay? They can do that.
Yeah, but they won't.
But they have to renew their FCC license every 8 years.
So is there coercion there? Maybe.
Of course there is. What government program do you know of, especially a program that's going in to ask questions about how private industry operates? What program do you know of that isn't coercion? That's exactly what it is. It's to make sure that local news agencies report what the government wants reported, what the people in power want reported, and nothing else. I don't know what you did to the bar dogs, but they're going a little crazy.
They are crazy tonight.
So this is something to look out for. It's something, if you have the opportunity to speak out against, look into it.
Yeah, because this is just another ploy by the powers to be to manipulate the media to slant their agenda.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to get into my favorite topic. If we can keep the dogs quiet.
Nobody knows what that is. What's your favorite topic?
The growing police state.
Okay. You want to take a quick break, then we'll get back and then we'll talk about that.
I can take a break, man.
All right. 248-455 odds. We'll be right back.
Red State Talk Radio.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s. But remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
I have today issued an executive order directing the use of troops under federal authority to aid in the execution of federal law at Little Rock, Arkansas.
You know what?
Ooh,
I love
executive
nothing
orders.
more than executive orders to use the military in domestic police
against the United
occasions.
States. You know who that was?
It was a different situation.
Yeah, it was civil rights, but that was Eisenhower.
That was Mr. Eisenhower.
Yeah.
It was. It was. He's known for a couple things. One of them attacking Arkansas with the military.
And the other is D-Day,
yeah,
which is pretty big. You gotta give him some.
Now,
freeing all of Europe is another one. I mean,
when was this Arkansas thing? Was it before or after they acknowledged that the atom bomb was developed?
Oh, it was after. This
okay.
had to be in the late 50s.
So when he made this announcement, everybody in Arkansas was running for the bunker.
Well, yeah,
they weren't sure.
They knew that Izzy, as we called him,
they weren't sure what was coming.
Had a finger on the button.
Oh, that's a whole.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, well.
It's a whole nother thing. All the people who are in charge of the nuclear silos and launching them and that.
Did you hear about
being
that?
Cleaned out?
Did you hear about that?
I did. Did you?
Yeah, a little something about them.
Yeah, it's weird how you have a communist gets in power and then gets rid of the people that know how to use the huge weapons we have.
And there's
replaces them with friends.
Well, and there was some issue about they didn't know the codes or they didn't. What was that? I can't remember now, but there was some issue with the young military people with their finger on the button.
Yeah.
Police tase a deaf man.
Do you have anything else that we could cut to for the second half of the show here other than the police?
I got nothing.
I mean, can we talk about old presidents bombing the U.S. instead, or
no? We can have the World War I veterans being.
We could talk about Lincoln
chased out of Washington D.C. by MacArthur.
We can talk about how great of a president Lincoln was.
I think half our audience may not necessarily relate to that historical event, but maybe. Did I just insult them? I think I did.
I wasn't listening to anything you said.
I know.
All right, go ahead.
Apparently, somehow the police responded to or pulled over some deaf guy, and he was trying to communicate the fact that he couldn't hear or understand them, and they somehow took it as a threatening gesture, like American Sign Language.
He tried to tell him with a gun.
I don't think it was a gun.
He
might have had a middle finger there.
He was waving it around, like firing it, trying to tell him,
"You're not following our directions.
I can't hear the gunshots.
You're not following our directions." And they tased him and then subdued him and beat him, and he had some bloody eyes.
I'm guessing he couldn't talk either.
Well, I don't know, but he probably was like, "Oh, I don't know."
But why? What?
Poor taste?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's me. That's on me.
I can hear okay.
Don't
that was kind
don't
of
hate
offensive.
Nate. Hate me. But the thing is that they run across that. They run across people that are cognitively, the police
people.
state. Those people.
You people.
And
all right, go ahead. Yeah, once in a while, and I assume that sort of thing is part of their training.
To tase deaf people?
No. Well, now it is. I assume before that was put in the curriculum, how to deal effectively with drunk people, deaf people, people that don't speak
mentally
English,
impaired
people.
No, apparently not. But now there will be, because there's a lawsuit. He's suing them, and one of the things that he's asking is that they have, it's the American Deaf Foundation or something is suing, because I guess this is not necessarily a common thing, but it's not uncommon where they're dealing with people that have hearing impairments, and they can't actually follow orders by the police. So instead of shooting, beating, clubbing, tasing, they might want to pause for a second and say, maybe this guy can't hear.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that you want him to put the shotgun down.
You stop doing that. Stop defending the police. I hate you for that. Other than wearing an armband that says, I'm deaf, like Hitler had.
Will you stop doing that?
Like Hitler had for the different categories of people. Maybe we can have the deaf people wear an armband that says, I'm deaf. They could have an ear with a circle and a line crossed through it, so they go, oh, this guy can't hear.
And then
maybe we should deal with him differently.
The
but
police
no.
will arrest him for lying because, sir, you do have ears. I can see them.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that was a little funny.
Listen,
foretaste.
Listen, maybe, and they shouldn't have to do this, but maybe I don't. Who's this group? I don't see it, but
it happened in California, but there's some.
Perhaps
group.
We should put some effort into coming up with some way to inform the police that you don't know what the hell they want.
Like a universal sign.
Yeah, I would think so. Like a middle finger or something.
No. A couple of middle fingers crossed.
Or you know what used to be a universal sign.
Click myself in the head with a microphone. Gosh, that's a universal sign of stupidity. Maybe
get the hell off the radio.
The fist up in the air, like, yeah, screw you, clowny. But no. But seriously, a universal sign that if you have an interaction with the police, you do something that tells them that maybe you have a hearing issue.
Run at them as fast as you can.
Yeah, run at them and scream at the top of your voice and then reach into your pocket.
Now, really, I think a shotgun sends a pretty clear signal.
It does. Yeah. They would never hear the shot.
Well, the police would.
Oh, yeah. They say you never hear the one that hits you, the bullet.
Yeah, I imagine that's true.
That's true. My point is,
well, it depends on where it hits you.
They need a little bit of training in the fact that not all people are equal out there, and that some have special needs that need to be addressed.
Now, what was this guy doing? You didn't.
No,
really
I don't know exactly what caused the interaction.
So he may have been breaking the law, doing something that required force to stop.
I don't know that it required force, because that sort of is a last resort, in my opinion.
He may have had a shotgun, then, is what you're saying. You don't know.
He had nothing like that.
We know if you have a shotgun, you're doing something illegal.
Okay. Anyways, the point is, they tased him.
You wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
There's some lawsuits going on, and maybe some special training that needs to be done across the United States as far as deaf people. I mean, we know about the Down syndrome guy that got crushed and beat up and killed by the police, and not every person they run into is a bad person.
But I mean,
not like this 80-year-old guy.
Oh, okay.
Not like him.
He was a good person.
Well, in Los Angeles, Los Angeles, California, county sheriff, lots of issues going on with them.
There's
poorly run.
Okay.
Lots of issues. No, I've read articles that
county
they've had. County sheriff.
So it's not the LAPD.
Well, they have their issues too.
No, I know they do.
County sheriff, is right there.
All right.
But apparently in this case, we had a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy who was a narcotics expert.
Trained nose.
Who claimed that he smelled a strong odor of chemicals downwind.
You were telling me about
from a house
about an incident before the show of a cop that smelled something. You got pulled over once, and he smelled the pretty strong smell.
Too. Yeah. Well. Do we want to go into that? I don't think we want to go into that.
No, it was your engine. It was funny because.
Well,
go ahead.
There could have been alcohol there, but he said he smelled a strong odor of radiator coolant.
Yep.
And I was having an issue with that at the time.
It was nice of him. Nice of him to mention it.
I was drunk off my ass when he pulled me over, but
much like the police officer that told me I should clean my gun.
What?
That was nice of him. It was nice of him to give me the heads up.
I don't know where that's going or coming from.
It came.
What?
It's exactly what I said.
You had a police officer tell you to clean your gun.
Mm-hmm. After he was giving it back to me. It was
after he illegally took it.
Yeah. Well, okay. What's unfortunate is it was legal for him to take it.
Oh, because for officer safety.
Yeah, everybody was safer by having 6 people handle a loaded firearm than to just leave it in a holster. Yeah. So I felt good about how safe it was.
No one was killed.
No, that's true. Yeah. So,
unfortunately, in this case, someone was killed.
Okay.
He smelled some chemical odors, and I'm using quotes, finger quotes. Nate, you see my finger quotes? Finger quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Downwind from a house. Now, is it the only house, or was there lots of houses?
It was the only house.
After being tipped off by illegal activity from an anonymous informant, which spearheaded this investigation into this house. And so what I'm going to say is I'm going to call in, and when I have a neighbor I don't like, I'm going to tell the police that there's some illegal activity going on at this residence.
Okay.
And what they said is the deputies said they announced their presence upon entering and were met in the hallway by an 80-year-old man wielding a gun and stumbling towards them. Okay? Well, the deputies later changed the story when the massive blood stains on the man's mattress indicated to investigators that he most likely had been in bed at the time of the shooting. God, I hate physical evidence. The laws of physics. I'm sorry, Captain. I cannot change the laws of physics. You know, if you shoot somebody at some point, blood comes out of them, gravity takes it down, and boy, oh boy. Now, the thing is, the deputies said they were being attacked, like, they always say in a bad shoot. But when they listened to the recording, the sergeant, John Bones, believed that he told Mallory to drop the gun prior to the shooting, when actually the recording revealed that the commands to drop the gun occurred after they shot him. Hence my bar where I said, halt, bang, 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 don't move, bar and studio. That happens so often.
That's what you were going for.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they accidentally played the audio recording backwards.
Well, then they get satanic verses and stuff like that.
Right, like drop the gun.
God, devil, sacrifice babies.
I don't think so.
So anyways, they shot an 80-year-old man. They killed him. Who knows what happened? But it's...
Well, unfortunately, he won't get to tell his side of the story.
It's sad.
What were the chemicals that they smelled?
Yeah, they didn't find anything illegal there.
Oh, that's weird.
Nothing at all.
He was a chemist. It was actually
he was an 80-year-old chemist actually researching the cure for cancer.
And what they Dow Chemical.
Yeah, what they found was that he was using chemicals that would cure all cancer known to man, and now he's dead.
You wanted a soundbite from this, but I said no because it was a really, really, really boring soundbite and it was a poor choice on your part.
It wasn't. Well, let's
take a quick break. We'll get back to it.
Let's preface it with videotaping the police.
Yeah, and how it is, in fact, illegal. We'll be right back.
No, it's...
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
And by these presents do grant a full, free, and absolute pardon unto Richard Nixon.
It is a crisis.
It is.
It is a crisis that he pardoned Nixon.
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook.
What's that?
Well, I'm not a crook.
It's Nixon. He's not a crook. He completely deserved a pardon.
Oh, I see.
I think he was right to give him a pardon.
It was the
and
best
obligated.
it was the best thing to do for the nation. That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nate.
Common good and all that.
Can you videotape the police and their duties?
No, you can't. Look,
Really?
it's disrespectful. Okay, because these men and women are going out there
Risking
stomping
their
people
life.
day in and day out
Stomping people. Yeah.
for the good of humanity.
Right. It's for the common good. It's for the greater good. Can you...
And I said that just for you because you know how I feel, and that is that the vast majority of police officers are good people,
right,
and have the public's best interest in mind.
Right.
Like with everything, there are several bad apples.
Except for all the good cops that let it remain.
Well, those ones that actually have the ability
and the
to do
administration
something
that support the bad cops
are
and
just
they
as bad.
Continue
Absolutely.
to let these guys
absolutely
go out every day, carry a gun, and terrorize the community. They're just as culpable as the bad cops. So I don't want to give any of them a break in that regard. If you've got a bad cop in
but
your
they're not all
department,
involved in that.
Let's get rid of them.
Well, sure, yeah. I
Speak
agree.
out against it.
I completely agree with that.
The problem is, they tend to kill and fire and get rid of those that break the blue line. Anyways, I want to get back to videotaping the police. Yes, it's legal. There are laws on the books that talk about wiretapping and all that, but that's usually a third party listening into a private conversation.
Not in public, where there's a public official doing public work.
Exactly. Federal courts have ruled time and time again that it is lawful to videotape public officials in the when they conduct their duties, right?
Yep.
When they're out doing their job.
Absolutely.
So you can do that.
And I encourage you to do so.
I just ordered a dash cam for my car.
No, let's be honest.
What?
Who ordered it? Well, who paid for it?
I did.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Well,
you ordered it. I gave you money.
You did.
Plus a little extra. Anyways, I ordered
a penny.
Yeah, it was a penny, which was more than you're worth.
Yeah, well,
this will
I guess
record
when it shows up. I'll just keep it
forward and backwards, and if I'm ever stopped by the police, I can turn the camera a little bit towards me in the window and record both audio and video the interaction between our public servant, the law enforcement,
the cute little wildlife running
and me,
in front of you,
or if I see a nice deer or
so pretty,
or a turkey going by, or a Bigfoot or something, I can record that.
Bigfoots are awesome.
Yes, Bigfoot are just pleasant.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's. Well, anyways, there was a couple of cases. One where a guy was in New York videotaping a police officer investigating someone who jumped over the rail. And then another officer came in support and got right into his face and basically started recording him with his cell phone. And there was a confrontation. The cop got right in his face, and there were words exchanged, and
the man that was recording the police interaction wasn't involved. And he was 30 feet away.
He was 30 feet.
And he was smart enough to actually take video of the floor tiles.
Yeah, how far away he was.
So you could count them and see that it was, in fact, 30 feet.
Yeah, and the cop in question came right up to him. Got within an inch of his face. Right in his face.
Actually,
saying, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Harassing him. And
so
the guy
why
says,
are you in my personal space?
I can videotape him.
You moved.
You
moved 30 feet to get in my personal space. I was never in your personal space, but it doesn't matter. And how did it end?
Yeah, he got busted up and got arrested.
Yeah.
Charges dropped, but he got arrested. But the thing is, we need people that have the strength and the courage to videotape and to watch the watchmen, right? Because the corporations aren't going to do anything. The government isn't going to do anything to stop the police state. It's up to the citizens to do that. So we have a soundbite of a young woman who was recording a traffic stop, and it ended badly for her, although the charges were dropped because they were crap charges.
But she was still assaulted.
But she was still assaulted. She was damaged, and she went to jail for a night. But that's what they do. They do that. They know they can get away with that.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to tell you I was recording our conversation.
I'm sorry?
I have to tell you, I forgot to tell you I was recording.
Okay, well, I have to tell you, you just committed a felony.
No. Okay.
Yeah, give me your phone.
No. Then he gets in my car, in the passenger seat. Get out of my car.
You are committing a felony. Hand me the phone.
No, I am not.
I know the law better than you, believe me.
Well, they always do.
I'm not giving you my phone.
You're going to end up in jail if you don't hand me that phone tonight.
I'm not giving you my phone. Get off of my key right now. Get off of me. You are breaking the law. Now, I am not getting out of my car. Get off of me.
So, two things. One is, my recommendation is you don't resist the arrest.
Oh, no.
But she did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And this cop didn't like the fact that his interaction with her was being recorded. And so he was using the force of law, the color of law, to intimidate her and try to get her phone unlawfully, and then arrested her unlawfully, bruised her, cut her, as she said in her testimony, for nothing more than recording the interaction between her and the police, which is legal. And
yeah, I mean,
like I say, I'm going to have a recorder in my car within a week or so, and
in fact, unless there's some other circumstance, I mean, there's caveats to everything. When
certainly.
the police ask for your cell phone, you don't have to give them your cell phone.
Right.
That's your cell phone.
I think there's been courts that have upheld that as well.
And that happens all the time too. Is that the camera gets taken and then broken, or the video deleted or something
mysteriously?
Police cameras in their cars all the time when something happens. Well, the camera wasn't working, or,
right? Or we deleted that because
it.
that's
Sorry.
our protocol. We keep it for 2 days.
We keep it
and
for
then it's
an
gone.
hour after the shift ends, and then we delete it because we don't need it anymore. But we are out of time.
Well, wait a minute. I just want to say there are programs where people can recover stuff that is supposedly deleted, and that has been used against police,
but not from the police. Not from the police.
Oh
video
no, you
camera.
have nothing you can do about it.
All right,
that.
we're out of time. AdOddShow.com,
Thanks for listening.
Facebook.com/AdOddShow. See you next week.
All right, bye-bye.